Multiversal Collapse, Chapter 2, Part 1. Anikins Story. Anakin found himself alone. His friends are gone, but were they really even his friends to begin with? Espeon is gone too, but he was unsure if she was even real. She was nothing more than a figment of his imagination. The realm of Sanctuary was decimated, but looking back it seemed more like a prison. Taking in the worst of the worst and making them into something they weren't. However, he felt he lost the best parts of himself. Without them, he was just the scientist that left Caleb to die. Maybe that's all he was. All he was destined to be. Destined to be a martyr, just like how we saw ages ago from another world. All of his friends died in the multiversal collapse. He asks why he had to be the one still standing. It wasn't fair. He endured one universal reset, but never collapsed like this. Something told him that there was no way to undo it. He sits in the remains of his parents' house, now cinder and ash due to a violent outburst. However, no tears fall. He has grown numb to it. Multiversal Collapse, Chapter 2, Part 2. Caleb's Story. Caleb is in denial. He continues to be a hero in a world where no villains continue to live. His sister is gone, Moon was killed, and Anakin has once again abandoned him. He knows where the beginning of the end was. King Jeff's death. He planned on fighting the villains and mutineers who murdered him and bring them to justice. It's what Sans would have wanted. In the meantime, he will continue stopping different petty crimes. Multiversal Collapse, Chapter 2, Part 3. Tannis Story. The kingdom was in chaos. Hell, the whole world was. The entire family of the Dark Kingdom monarchy was destroyed, subsequently also destroying the Light Kingdom monarchy since they were the same people. Madeline returned from the sea. She doesn't speak of what happened during that time. The only thing she said was that the collapse could affect all sentient life. Harrison has made a refugee program to take in those who have lost their families. However, one person came who he never would have expected. The White Wolf. Harrison turned Snowball away the moment he saw him, not even giving him an opportunity to speak. The super elemental vowed revenge as he left, but truly he had no bargaining chips. No one would help him in a time like this, as they were too busy worrying about themselves. Multiversal Collapse, Chapter 2, Part 4. Snowball Story. His good-for-nothing wife and his children were dead. Snowball did everything he could to be good and was still punished. Why bother anymore? None of those who reformed him were around to be disappointed in him. And honestly, the life of a family man didn't suit him either. He played all soft and sweet, but truthfully, after marrying, his life was terrible. He had to suck up to a woman who barely acted like she loved him. It then came out that she hid that he wasn't the only person she got intimate with. Not only that, but the same incubus who did so got with his son once he was of the age of consent. He killed the incubus, much to his wife and son's displeasure. Snowball then left. That was the last time he saw his family. Word hit that Moon was murdered, and somehow that destroyed the multiverse. Snowball couldn't make sense of it, but he gave up on making sense of anything long ago. The realm of Sanctuary destroyed. The bastards that tried to change him were erased from existence. The family that was held together with a thin rope were dead, and Snowball couldn't be happier. Multiversal Collapse, Chapter 2, Part 5. Darkness Kingdom. The Densetsu family has vanished. The heir to the throne was killed by a tree monster, and since then, people disappeared left and right. The royal family was gone, so there needed to be a ruler. A civil war broke out between two factions. After a year-long bloody conflict, a king was chosen, Orenth Roth. Orenth was a minor nobility with friends in high places. He brought an end to the civil war, but also peace between light and dark. Multiversal Collapse, Chapter 2, Part 6. The Light Kingdom. With the death of their king, the Light Kingdom was thrown in disarray. Many people went to Evitaria to seek out help. Eventually, they abolished the monarchy for a Council of Five. The Council of Light ran their country fairly and justly, but they were not ready for the quickly militarizing Dark Kingdom.